What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. And I do appreciate the support. Guys, breaking news out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Some more body parts have turned up out there on the beach, out there near Lake Michigan, washing up ashore. It's been a torso and a human arm. They said they're linking this, thinking it belongs to recently deceased woman, Sade Robinson. And here's the story, man.
And now let's get back to South Milwaukee, where Christina Van Zelst is standing by. Additional human remains found along the lakeshore this morning that the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office believes belong to 19-year-old Sade Robinson. And Christina, I know you've just gotten to that scene, but maybe we could start just there, describing what you're seeing, because in the release from the county sheriff, they said this is a pretty remote area of Lake Michigan in that beach.
Yeah, Carl, it is. And I want to preface this by saying the scene is cleared now, but to give you an idea, you can see the trees behind me, and then the beach area you can also see is somewhat to the right over there. So this is a remote area, and the beach is really just lined with trees here. Now, investigators say that a person walking the beach that you can see over to the right found a torso and an arm, and that is believed to belong to Sade Robinson. Now, to remind you, she is the 19-year-old authorities say was killed and dismembered on April 1st. 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson is the man charged. Investigators say the two were on a first date, but it's still not clear as of today the motive. This comes weeks after the family has been searching tirelessly for the rest of Sade's remains. Robinson's leg was found in Warnament Park in Cudahy, and then additional remains were found in 3 locations in Milwaukee a week after that. The sheriff's office says that they already had planned a sonar detection boat to further search Lake Michigan tomorrow. Again, that was already scheduled before these remains were found. Now, this morning, for the first time, we did hear from Anderson's family in a statement. They say, on behalf of myself and my family, I would like to express our deepest sympathy and heartfelt condolences to the family and loved ones of Sade Robinson. We are shocked and devastated by her death. To Sade's mother and father, words cannot express our sorrow for the incomprehensible pain and grief you are going through. We join the entire community in celebrating Sade's life. Again, this investigation is still ongoing, and the scene is clear now. We do know that Anderson is currently in jail on a $5 million bond, and he is due back in court on Monday. Of course, we'll continue to keep you updated as things develop here today. For now, Carl, we'll send it back to you.
Christina, thank you very much. And that statement coming from Maxwell Anderson's father, Stephen Anderson, new today, along with the discovery along Lake Michigan there.
All right, guys, that's the story. And it's no surprise that these body parts are washing up out of the water. Now, they're saying beach. If it's a lake and a beach, I'm having a hard time putting that together, but I know what they mean, so I understand it. You know, Lake Michigan and all of them great lakes out there, if you guys have ever seen them, they look like oceans. They got big currents and all kinds of stuff, and a lot of them are deep. This guy right here, when I first heard the story, and they said some body parts were scattered other places, and they said a leg wound up on the beach. My initial thing was part of her might be out there in the in the lake, because some people are stupid. They don't understand. When you throw a body part in water, just because when you're alive you sink, when you die, you always come back to the surface. That goes for something that's cut off you too. Blood and flows through your veins and all sorts. There are different things in there that hold fluid. It's going to bring the thing up. And this guy wasn't too smart. The leg, now a body, another torso, and an arm. Wash up. Can you imagine being the person that found that stuff? And I forgot to mention this earlier. People were and are looking for the remains of this person. I wonder how many of them people that are out there that are friends and family really want to be the one to make that discovery. And this is one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video. I mean, as tragic as this story is, this affects a lot of people. And this is what I say about when something happens, it's a ripple effect that goes out there in the universe that affects a lot of other people. You heard the family speak. You see they didn't show their face. I wouldn't show my face if my son did something heinous, such as what he did. Because as long as your face is shown, regardless if the person is locked up or not, people will relate you to what was done, even though you're not the one that did it. Look at the Dahmer parents. Remember Jeffrey Dahmer? They showed his dad a lot. People know his dad by face. Can't even call him by his last name. Hey, Mr. Dahmer, why? Because it's associated with Jeffrey. See that? This guy's last name Anderson. There's a lot of people named Anderson, but you know, same situation. What happened to this young lady, I think would have happened sooner, but it just was the right time and opportunity, and she fell victim. Like I always say, you heard that white girl that they was talking about, that was talking the other time, where she didn't go in his basement. Like I said, I bet you would chill one up her spine when she seen what this animal was capable of if he could sink his teeth into you. This guy worked at a bar. I want you guys to think about this because I said I think this was targeted. He worked at a bar. Women come and go. Saturday night, Sunday night. I mean, you know, it's a lot of traffic. What he was doing was something he wanted to do for a long time. And I think he played a good guy so he could do this to a woman. And he found her. Because I'm going to tell you something. These killers that do this type of stuff, and I think he was a serial killer in the making. These people that do stuff like this, they target a certain type of person. It might be a girl with black hair, might be a girl of a certain size and stature, might be a girl with green eyes, might be anything. But these people are willing and, you know, driven to satisfy some type of predatory hunger they have inside them, and there's no getting them out of it. If you look at a lot of the killers in history, the famous people, there are people out here right now that study them and want to be mentioned in the name of those people. You never know when it's a psychopath around you. Everybody, man is an animal, and we all have animal instincts. But the instinctual habits you have, a lot of times are controlled by you as an individual when you understand right and wrong and get civilized. What this guy did was willful error. He wanted to do this. And she paid the price. And I feel so bad for the families. I do, including the families for this guy right here, because they didn't do it. So I'm not going to condemn a bunch of people for the actions of one asshole out of the lineage. It's wrong. And this right here, we don't know the ramifications of how this will affect the city of Milwaukee and the United States when it comes to interracial dating, so on and so forth. And that's the thing that's crazy about this. Stuff like this, people think it's minor. It's right here, the new element. People looking at this like, oh, you better watch out. Girl, don't mess with no white dude. Or girl, don't this. You don't want to wind up being like Sade Robinson. And that's sad. She's only 19 years old. And she shouldn't be put up as a poster child for victimization at any given time. It should have never had happened. But it did. And it's left with the sickness that we all left to bear witness. Damn, I just rhymed. Y'all heard me? But anyway, what can you say? Somebody found this. Another person with a sleepless night. You got to have a lot of hate in your heart to do somebody like that. That takes time, effort, and planning, even though we didn't plan too well to do that. This girl went on a date, and this guy, I'm sure he paid for it. He actually paid to kill her. And no matter what amount of money he paid in showing her a good time, it was not worth what happened to her. Ask her family. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.